ByuN, he always wants to know who won their apple. ByuN. But here we go, we're getting into the grand finals, and spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the blue Terran player. We have the blue Terran, we have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean, Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. It is herO. Go as we're getting into our best of 5, and if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we open up with a proxy right outside the main. Let's go. So ByuN does move out with the initial SCV, bearing in mind he does have a second SCV as well, so proxy 2 racks out of ByuN. He will commit. Here he moves out across the map. He will not scout his third base location. He will move out across instead. Here he will find that Arax is missing, but alas, he will not find the proxy initially, at least. Oh boy. Here we go. As Araxes are going to be building up. We have the 1 gas back at home. We're not really set up for add-on, so 2 ranks Reaper out of ByuN. Here he confirms the Rax is missing. He sees, he knows something is wrong, something is amiss. Here he decides not to make us. Okay, there we go. Safety Zealot's on the way. Does get a Safety Zealot. For all he knows, it could be Proxy Marauder, it could be Proxy Reaper. The SCVs did race back home, so no bunker rush. No bunkers at the natural. The first Reaper has arrived, and we'll see how many probes that ByuN can kill. We'll see if herO can micro well, as he does pull away the weakened probe. Does pull away, and one Reaper almost goes down. Oh my god, that should not have happened this round. GG gets pulled here. He kills the first Reaper. That should not have happened. And herO, he will take game number 1. GG. ByuN, at times renowned for his Reaper control, but he lost the first Reaper to probes. And with that, herO, he shuts down the aggression, he shuts down the proxy, and herO will take a 1-0 lead. GG. GG, well played. Here, he's like, ByuN, I thought you got the Reaper nerfed back in there. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, no. No. ByuN getting a little bit too excited, and with that, we're getting into game number 2. Game 2 is going to be on torches. We'll see if ByuN can redeem himself. We'll see if we can actually get into our game this time. Let's go. Let us go. As again, when you're going for a proxy like that, you cannot afford to lose your first Reaper to probes. Like, that is the worst case scenario. I mean, that was a brutal start for ByuN. And here we go. Here we go. We're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of torches, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss. It is herO. herO leading the series 1-0 already. A nice start for herO, but bear this in mind, best of 5, right? It is a best of 5, so we have more games ahead of us. We have plenty more to come. This time, the Rax is back at home. This ByuN, he's got it out of his system. He's got it out. He's been able to. He's going to be able to embrace a bit of a more standard setup. I say that. Hello. What's going on? ByuN, he will skirt around the edge of the map. He will hide the SCV, which means he could slip in and go for the eBay block at the natural. Yeah, the SCV does rally forward. We're going for the block. herO does move down early with the probe. He scouts, he checks behind the gas geyser, which means he will scout the eBay and he can pull the boys. Yeah, so better start for herO. The boys are being pulled, and this eBay should not finish. It should not get close to finishing, and herO can expand. So basically, the way this works, if herO wasn't checking for a proxy on the low ground, and if he didn't see this eBay, the eBay would have been up to like 90 to 99% done. ByuN pulls out, and because of so much progression, there would be so much HP, and herO would be forced to expand at the third. He'd be forced to expand at the third location instead. He'll be denied the natural, and ByuN could abuse herO as a result. but that didn't happen. It got scattered early. herO shut it down. With that, herO expands. So a much more comfortable start out of herO. ByuN has to pull out. And behind this, going for the factory before CC. So it was a bit of a gamble there by ByuN. Didn't quite pay off. Oh, let's go. As ByuN is being cheeky. So the way this works here, if herO opens up Adept, which he does, if herO moves out, which he does, and if herO shades up the ramp towards the main base, then ByuN is set up to surround. He's laid a trap, essentially. He's laid a trap to come in from behind to be able to catch out the Adept and kill the first gateway unit. So cheeky move here by ByuN. herO does poke in, does shade. ByuN, he can come in from behind. And the Adept is going to be trapped. The Adept gets caught out. So far, nice stutter stepping, and I believe the Adept should go down. And with that, a nice start at ByuN. Let's go. Nice little start. Again, cheeky move from here. He pulls away, only losing one Marine. And this means that herO has that much less to harass, to apply pressure. herO has to back up. herO backs off. Behind this, ooh, I should have pointed this out. It is going to be a Stargate opener out of herO. Does open Stargate into Phoenixes. Again, Stargate play is a little bit more common on torches, and there's a reason for that. The reason why, short rush distance. Short rush distance by air does mean that air play is a little more common, and it goes both ways. We see a lot of Banshee play on torches, and Phoenixes are a really good way to hard counter the Banshees. Likewise, Phoenixes can also snowball out of control as well. Meanwhile, ByuN delaying the starport, setting up for a 2-base all-in. Do you see what I see? I see a second Rax. And what are we expecting? We're expecting a third Rax. We're expecting a third Rax before the starport. Early out on stop, we are rushing into insanely fast stim. So again, this looks like a 3-1-1 2-base all-in out of ByuN. And herO opening up Stargates is not going to be ideal. What are Phoenixes going to do? Lift up one Marine at a time? They're not going to do much here. Remember, this is going to be a push that is heavily reliant on Marines, not on tanks. If it was tank-based, then, hey, the Phoenixes, they can lift up the tanks, right? They can lift them up one at a time. They can pick off the tanks. They can pick off the medevacs. Oh, my apologies. I assumed it was going to be a third Rax. That is a 2-on-1. That's going to be a starport after the second Rax instead. Okay. Yeah, my attention. Phoenixes, they confirm. They do scouts. Nice start stepping. Gets a Phoenix. One Phoenix does fall. But that's still going to be 4 CV kills. There's the add-on swap into the medevacs. Ooh, another Phoenix goes down. That's going to be 2. Yeah, it's going to be 2 Phoenixes. For 5 SCVs and a Cyclone. At least he wears scouts, and at least he knows. He knows what's coming. He knows about early stim. He's fully aware. Because this is a 2-on-1, there's a higher chance that ByuN expands from here. So we'll see if he does. As a reminder, because of the Stargate opener, late charge. Late charge, late blink, late +1. Charge just has now begun. So there's still a window in time where ByuN can move out. Speaking of, he's going for it. Does move out with a double drop. Phoenixes are deflected. Oh, ByuN trying to catch the Phoenixes. Bold move. These Phoenixes, they race back home. The armies do miss each other. And charge is only halfway done. The ground army is lacking here, but it might be large enough to defend. As ByuN still looking for the fight, still looking for the Phoenixes, still fanning out, still trying to be active. Oh, speaking of, herO laying the trap. Sorry, ByuN laying the trap even. Trying to come in from behind. Here he does go back into the main. ByuN, can he catch him? Dust him. Yeah, he sims, he gets spotted, and here he should get away. Yeah, he should get away here. There is dead space. The Phoenixes, they stack, and here is safe. And he can always recall. Storm is on the way. Oh! Here he does get a medevac. Nice pickup. Medevac goes down. Here he's saturating his third base. Charge is now done. Storm is in production. And ByuN does take a third. Oh, look, losing another medevac. Or at least taking hits. Catching out two Widow Mines. Very nice control here by herO. Catching mines. Threatening a backstab. And ByuN commits. ByuN is moving out. But he's going to be pushing into Storm. Storm is ready. 5 more seconds. Storm is now done. Zealots to engage. Oh, brutal. Oh, God. Brutal storms. They blanket the army. And here he can just collapse in. He can and he will. The tank goes down. We chase down the medevacs. Oh, there's still a lot of bio, though. There's still a lot of Marines left over. And we need one more storm. And no storms left. ByuN, he might still break through. The army is overstimmed. Boys are being pulled. Zealots are charging in. And the storm does land. Oh, brutal storm. Storms, they clean up most of the army. And ByuN, he will lose everything. He will lose everything. He still does get the mineral line. That's going to be 21 probes going down. Is that enough? Is that enough damage? ByuN back at home on 52. 52 SCVs, getting a third base. Does trade with herO. Does trade. The one things that do survive for herO are the Phoenixes. Still getting value. Not bad. Picking up a couple of SCVs. ByuN taking up into Ghost. Still very tense between the two. But here he is resaturating. Almost completely. Almost completely resaturated. Getting his third base up. From here, herO can take a fourth. Oh. Nice EMP. EMP does land. And the High Templar, they clumped. Do we EMP? Oh, he does. Yeah, very nice. EMP connects. One storm grazes the army. No storms left. So the High Templar coming in. Better storm. But at the Templar, they're being chased down. Forced to make Archons. Yeah, better engage for ByuN. As there are a couple of Templar morphing in. Again, if you've been watching ByuN as of late, he's had some insane EMPs. So here he has to be so careful with this High Templar. He has to spread out. He cannot clump. If he does, all it takes is one EMP to just shut him down. If you recall, that was last week during Picasso Cup, I believe. It was ByuN versus herO, and eventually ByuN versus Max Packs. I do recommend it. Last week's Picasso Cup was crazy, crazy. As that was another best of 5 between herO and ByuN. Went all the way to the ace match. Ooh. As Phoenixes are getting called out, that's 3 Phoenixes going down. ByuN is pushing. And how many Templar to defend? 8. There's 8 High Templar. They are spread out. And this will come down to the EMPs. Speaking of, does land the EMP. Catching 2 so far. There's 6 Templar left. Phoenix, they catch a reinforcing medevac. EMPs are somewhat connecting. Oof, yeah, they are. Jesus. 0 storms. Every EMP lands. Yeah, every EMP lands. 0 storms. Ay, ay, ay. We have 1 energy overcharge. Potentially. Do we have any storms? There it is. He lands 1. Okay, does land a storm. Cells charge in as well. But we have too many reinforcements. ByuN, he's done it. ByuN, at this one, he has done it. He has broken the back of herO. Again, despite having 8 High Templar, there was only 1 Storm. He clumped up too much, Pappy, too much. But when I say zone away, and ByuN is just snowballing out of control. Sims on forward. Mine shots going up. Oof. Does connect. The army is overstimmed. The Archons are putting in a lot of work. But it's still not enough. God, he still has too much. I say that he doesn't get into the mineral line. herO, he's holding on. He's holding back. ByuN has to back up. He did lose a lot of reinforcing medevacs to the Phoenixes. So he has no support. Oh, Jesus. So we'll bleed out 2 more. Down to 3. Phoenixes left, so there are 4 High Templar to work with. They're all at the 3rd. And there's how many ghosts? There's 13. 13 ghosts. The storms, they do nothing, Pappy. Because we just don't have them. Feels EMP, man. Prism is out. Now, we have seen ByuN have some insane reflexes and just like predict the landing and EMP High Templar, even if they do drop off from the prism. So it comes down to the unit control, comes down to the EMPs. Does ByuN catch out these Templar? Does he catch him out? Here's supply blocked. There's 7 Templar in total. herO moving it with his army. Prism gets spotted. And does he land? Oh! If he goes off. Oh, the full Prism goes down! Ay, ay, ay! Ah, that was worst case scenario. Prism does fall. That's 4 Templar falling. And yeah, there won't be any storms. There won't be any storms. Ay, ay, ay. ByuN, he's locked in, Pappy. He's locked in. He's crazy. Hide your Templar. ByuN's coming for you. He's coming. As here he attempts to counterattack, ByuN is in position. And ByuN is about to max out. He's about to max out with the more efficient army. What does herO have? He's down to... Oh, I mean, he does have 3 Colossus, true. What is the Viking count looking like? It's quite low, actually. 6 Vikings for ByuN. So despite the struggles that herO's had when it comes to his High Templar, when it comes to his Storm, he's now up to 3 Colossus, moving towards Disruptors. He's done with Storm at this point. I mean, I say that he still has 8 High Templar. But thankfully, he's refining his splash damage. He's not purely reliant on Storm. Not anymore. He has Colossus and Disruptors. And the Viking count is still low. Nice SimCity. herO moves in, trying to catch out the army. Here come the storms. Oh. High Templar gets spotted. herO, he has to pull away. Toss pull back. There's a recall back home. It all comes down to the engage. It all comes down to the main fight. Do the EMPs land? Do the Novas connect? True. Speaking of. Nova goes off. Doesn't quite connect. Nice target firing out of ByuN. But a nice storm on the Vikings. If the Vikings go down, the Colossus can actually have free reign on the army. Again, there's a lot more complexity going on when it comes to the main armies. Doom drop into the main. Fusion core on the way. That should be for Liberator range. So get into all that freedom. As ByuN drops in. Drops into the main. Lands an EMP. Does EMP the High Templar once again? Oh, good. The High Templar get caught out. But ByuN will have to lift. He's actually trading quite well. Trades decently well. Does pull out. At the same time, pushing on the left-hand side. Ghost gets feedback. Oh no! Catching out 2 free disruptors. Yeah, missed rally by herO. ByuN still has better trades. Nova's a crazy army. Colossus goes down. Decent snipe, but alas, ByuN, he will lose every Viking. Yeah, the Viking count is reset. ByuN, he has to back off, has to pull away. And he's making 4 Vikings at a time. That was a messy fight. ByuN, he does preserve his ghost count. Storms are coming in. Oh, decent storm. Storm lands. ByuN dropping on the right hand side once again, going for a Doom drop. herO pushing on the left. And herO, he does not have a recall into the main. And no recall. Army stems in. herO, he commits. Brutally appease. Yeah, no storm. No storm, not anymore. High Templar got caught. Nice target find. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptors. 1 Nova goes up. And there's only 1 Colossus remaining. ByuN, he's holding. He's holding back at home across the map. He gets into the production. Gateways are going down. And herO, he's forced to recall. He recalls to his natural. Ay, ay, ay. herO, he fails to push across the map. Oh, nice Novas. Gets a couple of ghosts. As ByuN, he does snipe. Oof, will lose most of his army. Yeah, that was not worth it. ByuN, he overstayed his welcome. He plummets in supply. At the same time, denies the gold. That's a kill that I cancel. Also go base. Getting into Liberators. So we have a shaky back and forth again. ByuN, he lost a lot of supply in the main base. He did overstay his welcome. herO, he's still in this. Still has 6 disruptors. That's a lot of Novas. And this is where ghosts are less effective and Liberators are more effective, right? That's why we do need those Liberators to zone away the ground army, to have a better answer against the disruptors. 2 Novas going up. 3rd Nova. Remember, he has 6 in total. So we got to count the Novas. So he has 3 left. They're coming off of cooldown. As Liberators do harass across the map. Just being as annoying as possible. 6 probes going down, 2 Stalkers as well. Novas are coming in. So let's land a couple of EMPs. Novas a zone away. They stop ByuN from advancing. And again, that's why ByuN needs those Liberators. He's making 3 at a time. They're coming. He needs the freedom. As herO tops up the army. Oh, another Liberator here into the French base. herO pushing in. Oh. Gets a medevac. Let's get a medevac. Another triple drop here from ByuN. Sniping a Templar. And herO, how does he respond? Nothing is in position. Base goes down. herO, he's racing over. We have some High Templar in the main. Stalkers as well. And there's no EMP. There's no Storm. Sorry, there's no Ghost, I should say. As Storms, they pop up. But ByuN, he can just tank it. Yeah, he tanks the Storms. Ooh, we lose 1 medevac. 1 medevac goes down. ByuN pushing on the left-hand side. herO out of position, force a recall. Oh, denies the warp in. Yeah, warp in is denied. Disruptors are exposed. Nice spread, nice splits. Going for the disruptors. Oh my god. And he keeps on going. He drops on the disruptors as well. And he'll reset the disruptor count. That's going to be what? 8 disruptors going down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that was not the recall to go for. And here he plummets in supply. He will lose every disruptor. Liberators are coming from behind. They help out. They do what they can. As their anti-air is not ideal. And here just falling apart. Those are brutal losses. Even here losing a Colossus as well. And so many disruptors falling. We're down to how many? Down to 3. 3 disruptors left. Towards the end, the fight was messy from both sides, to be fair. It was messy. Even here, 2 ghosts going down. Every ghost counts. No one can max out. Here is pushing. Liberators did survive. There's 7 Liberators on the map. And ByuN should be fine. With Liberation Zones, he should not be broken. Shouldn't be. As he will lose a base. At the same time, ghosts they drop across the map. No detection. Probes are going down. Gets the entire mineral line, and Liberation has arrived. Oof. Stalkers, they get punished. Here he cannot push in. The nerves not quite connecting. Nice target find, catching out 1, 2, 3, 4 disruptors. Oh god. Disruptors, they get targeted down, and ByuN, he's running away with this. He will overwhelm. He'll make up for game 1. As a reminder, game 1 lasted like a minute, if that. It was a very short game. But ByuN has been allowed to get into a longer game state here against herO. Has been able to outtrade him for most of the game as well. As herO, he's down to 26 probes, barely an economy. GG gets called as herO, he runs out of steam, and ByuN will tap the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We have a back and forth. We have a series. As a reminder, this is still a best of 5, but again, ByuN had a very, I mean, I say a strong start. It was a chaotic start. If you remember, herO, he opened up Phoenixes. ByuN went for a 2-1-1, and we had an interesting result where ByuN was able to break through. He was able to reset the mineral counts, reset the worker counts at the 3rd base, cripple the economy. At the same time, ByuN also lost everything when it came to his army, so we had that back and forth. It was a little bit shaky, but eventually ByuN got into his Mass Ghost, and he was able to be so efficient with his EMPs, with his trades, just out trading herO time and time again. And again, this is what ByuN is known for. He's known for his ghost play, he's known for his EMPs coming into the late game of TVP. It's what he's best at. And it's how he beat it's how he beats herO last week in the Pegasus Cup in those semifinals. Can he do it again? Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting into our next game, loading into Persephone. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. Being forced into a tied series, we'll see if he can take a lead and bring it back. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Here we go. So we get into game 3, and so far it's been an intense back and forth between herO and ByuN. And again, ByuN, you got to get into his stride. There's a reason why ByuN is known for his mid game, his mid to late game in Terran versus Protoss, because of his ghost play, his ghost control, his micro, his drop play as well. He was just pulling herO apart. He was able to outposition and catch out High Templar time and time again. And sure, Storm has been all around the meta in recent times, but ByuN, he just makes sure there is no Storm. Just EMP, papi. True. Just EMP. Of course, very solid control and map awareness and map vision as well out of ByuN. To be able to be aware of the High Templar ahead of time, to react, to respond, to shut him down. GG. GG. But also, again, it was a quirkier start out of herO opening up Phoenixes. I don't expect to see Stargate play again in this series. We'll see what herO goes for. As last game, it was a Phoenix opener into Charge into Storm. This time we're expecting a Twilight Council. But now double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a faster factory, delayed CC. With this, we can end up going into earlier Cyclone production, Reaper Hellion. We can also head into earlier add-on swap into Banshee play. We'll see where ByuN takes us. Just need ByuN level micro. True. Just hashtag play like ByuN. That's all you gotta do, Pack. That's all you gotta do. Just destroy your wrists. Este ByuN. As from here, we are going for the early Cyclone. As you mentioned, it was one of the options for ByuN. So Tech Lab into early Cyclone. Getting into his 1-1-1. If you recall in the previous series against Geralt, we did bring up the fact that ByuN is very fond of going into Hyperflight Rotor Banshees. So we expect to see that at some point in this series. Meanwhile, herO opening up not Stargate, but also not Twilight Council, does open up Robo. Very interesting here out of herO. Does mix things up. Robo opener is typically considered a safer way to play. We'll get into it. For now, the Stalkers do poke in. Oh. Poke in. Lock-on shuts down one of the Stalkers. But nice control out of herO. We'll lose one. And he does... Oh, no, he barely does not get the Cyclone. Cyclone does pull away. But ByuN has to abandon the low ground. The CC is still delayed. Nice pick up out of herO. Robo's almost done. Now getting to a Robo opener does allow for early Immortal production, early Immortals, early War Prism as well. The reason why we say this is more defensive is because we are going to be lacking map control. There's no blink. There's no blink Stalkers. Likewise, there is no Phoenixes, so no way to shut down drop play. But we can start earlier Immortals and earlier Colossus. Oh! Cyclone does go down. These Stalkers are getting quite a lot done early on. So yeah, Cyclone falls, Reaper as well. Now going for the SCV, still delays the CC. Yeah, 2-3 workers falling, and ByuN has to abandon the low ground. Behind this, going into High Flight Rotors, going into Banshees, but this is still brutal damage early on. And herO expands. Here he expands. Going for a delayed Twilight Council. Observer is out thanks to the Robo. And can he deny... Oh, jeez. Can he shut down the Banshee? It looks like he cannot. Yeah, with 3 Stalkers, it's not going to be enough. ByuN will hold. He will hold, he will defend, but he's still stuck on 1 base. That's what matters here. Still stuck on the 1 expansion. Observer gets caught out. 2 observers. Yeah, miss rally out of herO, throws away the 2nd observer. But at least herO is aware of the tech lab and the research. He's aware. So here we go. Zero does pull away. Behind this, getting his third base saturated. And from here, the pressure is very much so on ByuN. ByuN has been stuck on a 1 base economy for quite some time. He's banking up more Banshees. He has 2. Vikings on the way behind this as well. And these Banshees, they have a lot of work to do when they just got scouted. Stargate response out of herO. Okay. This is a very tech-heavy start here. herO going Robo, then into Twilight Council Forge, then into Stargate. But he does have the economy. He's on 3 bases when ByuN is just now saturating his natural. So here he is very, very comfortable on a 3-base setup. Stalkers are in position. The one downside, as a reminder, no blink. Right, there is no blink Stalkers. We'll see if ByuN can try to recover here. ByuN does move out. Again, 2 Banshees, they can one-shot workers. We do have a cannon in position, but the Stalkers, they're ready in the main, not at the third. He does get a probe. 2 probes go down. That is some damage. The Phoenixes will chase. Oh, and this is brutal here for ByuN as he will throw away the Banshees. They gotta go down. GG gets called. Again, ByuN, he was miles behind. The Banshees had a lot of work to do, and herO takes a lead in the series. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very rocky start out of ByuN. He was quite greedy when it comes to his tech going into those Banshees. As a result, he was being bullied early on, delaying a CC for so long, losing the Cyclone, losing Marines, losing SCVs, losing control of his natural, and as a result, he just fell far behind. He fell far behind economically. The Banshees were a way to recover. If they were able to kill like 10 plus probes, and maybe ByuN could bounce back in that game, but they were shut down. They were shut down thanks to the Phoenixes, thanks to the Stalkers, thanks to the scouting of herO. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 4. herO has a lead, and herO is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if ByuN can get into the mid game. As we mentioned, like, that is where ByuN thrives. ByuN, he thrives in the mid game. Can he get there, though? Can he get there? That's the real question. Can he get up to 3 bases? Can he embrace the ghost? And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing himself, currently teamless, repping Zest with that lovely portrait. Let's go. It is herO. Feel Zest, man. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Red Terran player. We have the Red Terran, the South Green Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. In chat, I feel like Team Houses was the worst thing that ever happened to pros from a wrist issue perspective. I feel like that's not really applicable to ByuN. If you remember ByuN, when it comes to his wrist issues, they rose up when ByuN was teamless. ByuN, he was teamless for most of his time during his rise, like in 2015, 2016. He was on Prime back in Wings of Liberty, true. He was on Prime very early on, but ByuN, like, notoriously, he was known for being a teamless player, like in that rise, at least until he joined Experts. So that might kind of be true, but not about ByuN. So here we go. As we're getting into our setup here, we do have ByuN opening up double gas opener, going for a fake proxy racks. Let's go. So fake proxy racks here out of ByuN, as it is not uncommon to hide your racks at the natural, at the third, at the fourth base location, and he's hoping to force an overreaction out of herO. So cheeky moves here out of ByuN. Like, do you know Moonglade? We're not friends, if that's what you mean. Actually, fun fact, I actually ran into Moonglade a couple of years ago, in 2022. Gee, it's been 3 years. In 2022, during PAX Australia, we were casting, I was with Pig, and we were casting a tournament at PAX Australia, and during the event, Moonglade showed up, like as a spectator. He was like, he just happened to be at PAX, and he showed up. I was like, oh, let's go. it was crazy. So it was really fun to see. It was a blast from the past. If you want an update, Moonglade, he no longer has his main, unfortunately. He did cut it off. He still looks good, don't get me wrong. He looks very clean, but doesn't have long hair anymore. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Yeah, a wild Moonglade appeared at PAX Australia. So it was really cool to catch up. Your correct name was on Acer? Yeah, I know. I know. I was an Acer fanboy back in the day. If you remember, I mean, what should be known here is I was a big Axiom fan, and as a result, adjacently, I was a big Acer fan back in the day. because of Aximacer, because of their run in GSTL. I would watch a GSTL on a weekly basis. Every week, Pappy, every week. On like 240p. It was... Yo, it was... Feels Gom player, man, if anyone remembers that. Jesus. Feels Gomi XP. Otherwise, we're going to be getting into our 1-1-1. Settling into our game. We do have we do have a 3-gate opener here at herO. My apologies, sorry, I was a little bit I was reminiscing from years gone by, but here he's going for a 3-gate follow-up. Hyper aggression out of herO. herO is pushing across the map, and he's hoping to catch ByuN with his pants down. Behind this, what we have, Bunker is still on the way. herO, he forgoes, he delays Twilight Council, he delays his tech in favor of extra stalkers, and he's moving in to take control of the natural. Let's go. He has arrived, Bunker's not ready. Cyclone does get a lock on, but Marines are going down, and herO, he may just overwhelm. Yeah, peak of Marines, going for the Cyclone. Cyclone does fall, and with that, there's no defense. There's no defense here. Every Marine goes down the bunker, does barely finish. One Marine survives, but he has no mining. He has no mining at the natural stalkers. They just poke into the main. Again, just hyper aggression out of herO, and he deals crippling damage. He breaks through, takes down the depot. Can he get the Banshee? Oh my god. As the tank has arrived, we have more reinforcements coming in from across the map. Yeah, more stalkers pushing forward. We do attempt to salvage. Salvage is denied. Remember, salvage can be cancelled if you attack it. So no salvage on the bunker. That's a kill. And ByuN, once again, he's stuck on one base. Gonna be stuck on one base for that much longer. Unfortunately, ByuN, he was not able to scout across the map. He was not aware of the hyper aggression coming his way, so he was taking up when otherwise he needed to fortify his natural base. And once again, herO, really quirky setup, going into delayed charge into a Stargate, in a Phoenix's herO. Moonglade not having a main is almost like Maynard not having dreads. I know, right? True. Nah, but Moonglade, he looks good. He's moved on into his next part of his career. Away from esports, away from StarCraft. But, yeah, much love to Moonglade. As double Banshee here into the mineral line. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4 probes. And again, they can one-shot workers. Not bad. No detection. Yeah, no robo. True. No robo, no oracle. And despite the rough start out of ByuN, he will get 11, 12, 13 probe kills. The oracle is still on the way. He needs the oracle. He needs a revelation. There's a chrono. And 16 probe kills after the rough start out of ByuN. The comeback is real. The comeback is real. 17 probe kills with 2 Banshees. ByuN, he's back in this. He's back in this game. Third TC is on the way. We have a series back. Let's go. As suddenly ByuN is ahead economically. ByuN, he's ahead economically. He has more workers. He has mules as well. We're getting messy. Very messy here. We do see herO rallying in. Going into 3 tanks. That is not going to be worth it. He gets 1 tank for his zealots. He throws his zealots away. So he had a 4 tank setup here. ByuN is very secure. Does move out. Does move out. He is active, or he's set up. Thankfully, due to the revelation, he won't just run into the tanks, and he's setting up for a run by. So I'll say peel off. Peel off to the right hand side, so far unscouted. ByuN, he did expand, so this is not a 2-base all in. He doesn't have to commit. Zelze slip by. No defensive tanks. Zelts, can they break through? Looks like they can. Yeah, bunker does go down. Repairs too late. Zelts, they bust into the mineral line. There's going to be a shaky defense here from ByuN as he will lose so many SCVs. Yeah, 10, 11, 12 SCVs going down. Oh my god, the Zelts, they pop up. They do pop up at the same time. ByuN getting caught out, caught on siege, and despite the comeback, GG gets called. ByuN, he is overwhelmed, and herO will take the series 3-1, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, and congratulations to herO for claiming the series. Again, it was a very messy back and forth with herO initially gaining momentum, initially crippling his opponents and taking a massive lead, and then bam, the Cloak Banshees. The Cloak Banshees killed, what was it, 16 probes? 16 workers went down, got a full mineral line. ByuN took an economic lead, and he had a third CC behind it. Like ByuN, he was building up into a longer game. Unfortunately, when it came to his move out, he was out of position, right? Most of his army was out in the center of the map. We saw that herO was cheeky. He was able to peel off an army, sneak up behind the army, go for the counterattack instead, and there was nothing at home to defend. That Zealot run by won herO the game. GG, well played, as ByuN's economy was crippled, his main army was distracted, and herO will take it from there. Despite the 3-1, a very impressive series, the one game that ByuN was able to take, we went all the way to an intense late game. That was the game of the series, that game on torches. ByuN was able to showcase his prowess in the mid to late game. With his mass ghost style, with his EMPs, with his liberators, with his ability to outposition and outcontrol herO. It was insanely impressive play out of ByuN. So what did herO do? He made sure that we never got there. He made sure that we never got to that game state with the Robo opener previously, or even here going 3-gate as well. Hyper aggression out of herO ensured that herO could end the game early before ByuN could even touch the ghost. Not again. No, never again, Pappy, never again. Just made sure that ByuN never got to his ghost, never got to his 3-base setup. GG, well played. herO is our champion. Este herO. Go. He should join Wolf and Brandon casting League of Legends. Do they still cast LCK? Is LCK even a thing? I know nothing about other esports. I know nothing. But shout out to Wolf and Valdez. I think Wolf, he recently had an interview. Yeah, true. He had an interview with Zombie Grub regarding the GLHF interview series. So it was really cool to see from Wolf, really cool to hear from Wolf again. Unfortunately, we haven't really heard from Valdez in quite some time, at least in StarCraft. I know that I think Valdez, he got married, and does he have a kid? I can't remember at this. Yeah, they're continuing their own lives, of course. But GG. And with that, hope you'll enjoy yourselves. Hope you'll had a great time. Congratulations to herO. Shout out to ByuN, of course, for making it to second place as well. And it was a wild tournament. Really nice turnout as well. Once again, a little bit more Korean heavy than we're used to, right? We had some big Korean names with herO, Shin, ByuN, Nightmare, Percival. From the European side, we had, when it comes to notables, you know, Nickrat, Ledlix, Geralt, and Showtime. We were missing some of our other regulars, you know, Skillus, Jumi, Iba, Yang Yakov, Wayne. Hopefully the next time we get to see some more of them for that more EU versus Korea action. But I also know it's a little bit early, and I know a lot of the Europeans are degens. I know a lot of them are degens where they wake up at like 2 p.m. in the morning, or 2 p.m. in the evening, I should say, and they don't wake up in time for Tuna Cup. Shaking my head. But maybe next time. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Also, as a reminder, this is the first weekly of September, and specifically starting this month, we do have monthly finals. So for those who weren't here, just to quickly reiterate, a couple of days ago, we got a massive donation. On the channel. We got 2,000 USD. 2,000 USD. It was crazy. And we did agree ahead of time to use that donation, to use that money on what? On tournaments. So that 2,000 USD is going to be put to the prize pool of these monthlies. So we're going to have 4 500 USD monthly tournaments. 4 tournaments, one for September, October, November, and December. So we have 4 monthly finals that Sparkling Tuna Cup is leading into. So basically every single weekly of the Tuna Cup is going to provide points, and based on the rankings, based on those points, players are going to be invited at the end of the month for a big 500 USD tournament to earn or to compete in that invitation. So there's something unique here for Tuna Cups. Again, we've been working towards monthlies when it comes to our Patreon, but we got there through the donations. If you're out there, if you want to support our tournaments, if you want to support Sparkling Tuna Cup and the Cranky Ducklings in general, you can do so via Patreon. ! Patreon in the chat. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards our tournaments. It all goes towards the prize pool of these events. And with help through Patreon, we can turn these monthlies into a regular thing. For now, we only have these monthlies until the end of the year. Then coming into January, should go back to just regular weeklies. But if we can grow our Patreon, then maybe we can keep the monthlies going. Maybe we can make that a regular thing. Maybe. For now, just until the end of the year. Just until the end of 2025. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, as you can see there, Nick Rat did win the random raffle, of course. But when it comes to the rest of our schedule, oh Jesus, it's going to be an intense week of StarCraft. As always, again, we cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there in SC2 in the StarCraft scene we have done so for many years at this point, and we just wrapped up with our Monday evening broadcast. Tomorrow morning, Tuesday, we have the viewer replay stream. For those that are curious, in the chat, there is a chat point redemption where you can redeem, I think it's 10,000 channel points for us to cast replays, and we've been accumulating replays for the past month. Over the past month, we have been accumulating replays, and we're going to be having one massive viewer replay broadcast. So we have a bunch of replays stacked up, lined up. We're going to be covering them tomorrow at 9 a.m. KST. That's going to be at 10 a.m. AEST. That is going to be in 10 hours. In around 10 hours time, we're going to be live with some viewer replays. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, we have Maestros of the Game. Again, when it comes to the weekend, we did cast Group A, C, and D live for Maestros, but we missed out on Group B. Unfortunately, there was just so much casting going on. I barely got any sleep. I was too fatigued, and I didn't feel confident casting Group B without like passing out or just being really low energy. So we missed out on Group B, but we have the replays. We're going to be covering those replays on Wednesday. Meanwhile, starting Thursday, RSL. The Revival StarCraft League Season 2 begins. The playoffs begin on Thursday. We're going to be co-streaming that event Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, non-stop RSL action. We have the podcast on Thursday. That is our weekly talk show where we go over all the news of the week in SC2. We have Galaxy Cup on Friday. We have Maestros of the Game coming into Saturday, Sunday, and onwards. That's going to be day 1 and day 2 of the playoffs. Bearing in mind that day 1 and day 2 are still going to be online. Eventually, I believe day 3, 4, that's going to be the offline portion of Maestros of the Game. That's going to be the offline portion in France. That's going to be in a couple of weeks' time at the end of the month. Towards the end of the month, that's going to be the offline portion. This weekend, still online portion. So again, we got a lot of content, a lot of casting throughout the course of the week, as always here on the Cranky Ducklings. We do have 2 half days off on Tuesday and Wednesday, thankfully, but we have some other things planned for that. For those who don't know, I recently got some pet bunnies, and I'm going to be taking them to the vet Wednesday morning. Otherwise, because of that, I won't be able to cast Pegasus Cup. Usually we're live with Pegasus Cup on Wednesdays, but I won't be able to cast it on Wednesday as I'm going to be taking my bunnies to the vet. So I won't be able to cast, unfortunately. We might be able to do a replay cast for Pegasus Cup later, but as you can see, our schedule's pretty full, so I do apologize for that. But typically Pig, Steadfast, Dave Testa, typically there are other English casters, Bomyoja as well, for Pegasus Cup, so I do apologize we won't be able to cast it live, but I'm otherwise not available, so unfortunate. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, you can support us via Patreon if you wish. You can follow us. If you see something here that you like, and if you can't watch it because, again, we're live so often and maybe it's at a less than ideal time, whether you're in America or Europe or Oceania, for example. So if you can't watch something live, YouTube is the place to be. Twitch no longer supports VODs. Twitch, they delete VODs after like 2 months, 3 months. So Twitch, they've been deleting VODs. All of our VODs instead are going to be on YouTube instead. So you can check it out on YouTube. All the VODs are uploaded on a daily basis. Plenty of VODs, plenty of content over on YouTube. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. There are so many SCG tournaments going on that I can't even keep up. I can't. I'll be honest, Papi. There's so much going. Even more than this, right? There's Pegasus Cup, for example. There's Kung Fu Cup, right? I think Kung Fu Cup is this week. I would love to cast it, but where's the room? Where's the room, Papi? Where's the room? So I know there's Kung Fu Cup. I think there's a StarCraft Evolution Chijik tournament. That's like a Korean SE Evo tournament going on. Like I can't fit it, Papi. I can't fit it all. But we do what we can. We do what we can. We do our best. There's a lot of StarCraft. I know there's a team league. A team league is starting up as well. For a lot of the more semi-professional teams. That's also starting up. I think this weekend or next weekend. It's like the Galaxy Team League, the Choi Galaxy Team League. People reached out for us to cast that as well. Like this, you don't understand. There's so many events that they're like, yo, you want to cast? I'm like, I would like to, but I can't cast everything, Papi. I can't do it. I'd love to. But with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some viewer replays, or we'll see you throughout the week for Revival StarCraft League or Maestros of the Game. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time, ciao, Papi, ciao. Hasta luego. See you next time.